Tonight we've got the Usos taking on Drew and Big E, and we've got more unlikely pairings of Charlotte and Becky taking on Sasha and Bianca. These unlikely tag team pairings, can they even get along? Get along, can they get along? Spoiler alert, they didn't. I'm John Rant with my review of WWE Raw from San Francisco, California. Remember Roy Shire running Big Time Wrestling? If you're old like me, and even then I don't really remember Roy Shire's Big Time Wrestling, but I've seen some clips of it, and man, Roy Shire would be turning over in his goddamn grave if he saw the shit that Vince McMahon took on professional wrestling in every aspect with this show. Holy fucking shit, they didn't even try with this goddamn show. I'm not saying the talents didn't, but my fucking goodness, Vince McMahon must have just been sitting back there laughing, thinking, Roy Shire, like those little people, get the 24/7 stuff out there, break up Mansoor and Ali, I'm a genius, ha 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 ha, it's such good shit. By the way, the rosters have not been fully finalized yet. If you didn't know that, don't worry, WWE is here to remind you about 2 million times per hour until we get away from WWE Crown Jewel. Boy, this show is not very good. Let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please, because, yeah, if you can't tell, my voice is kind of shot from doing a whole bunch of other projects and everything, and it's just really goddamn sad to see what the fuck has happened to WWE Raw, a once proud wrestling brand, show, whatever the fuck you want to call it. When they aren't even trying, all you gotta fucking do is laugh. Seriously, San Francisco has hosted so many goddamn great wrestling events. I mean, hell, Super Brawl 97 wasn't all that great. And, you know, with Roddy Piper staying over in Alcatraz and then swimming over there and facing off against Hulk Hogan and losing to Hulk Hogan in such ridiculous fashion made no goddamn sense. Jim Crockett Promotions ran stuff there for many years. Maybe not necessarily in the Cow Palace and everything. And this was in the same venue where the Golden State Warriors play. They are the Warriors, and it was hard to get people into the arena because I think they maybe had 4,000 people there. If that's true, if they only had 4,000 fucking people there, even if they had only half the venue booked, that's goddamn ridiculous. That means that for 9,000 people, they had literally, like barely half capacity. That is really fucking pathetic. That is like the Tacoma Dome when they ran it for Stomping Grounds. Remember where they kicked ass and took names? Really, really fucking sad. Anyway, let's get on with this show. Talking about Drew gripping his lengthy and sizable sword. Stop thinking about it. You know who you are. I know you're thinking about it. And he runs down the Crown Jewel card. They're putting a lot of effort into that. I really hope that everybody gets over there and gets back safely. So anyway, he will beat Big E, who then shows up almost as if on cue. The production team is in cahoots. Shout out to you, Derb. So anyway, Big E then talks about his juices flowing down his nipples and everything, and the sweetness of the juices and the sweetness of his nipples and everything. And I lost my train of thought. Did you lose your train of thought about Big E's juicy nipples? Because I did, and I most certainly will again. So anyway, he says that Drew's specimen will not beat him. I think I might be interpreting wrestling a little bit differently than others. Here's the Usos. And mind you, again, the rosters aren't finalized. Don't worry, WWE will again remind you of this, and I'll make sure to remind you because I'm so shocked. It's like the exploding robot from Futurama. What? So anyway, who's on whose brand? Whose side is he on? It's all to establish brand-to-brand white supremacy. I think I said that right. And they're basically talking to Big E. Says, we got big plans for your boys on SmackDown. 12 years in Uso. Anyway, moving hastily on from that, we get a tag team match, and we get super kicks, and then we get, so it's settled. Can they get along? Can they get along? That was a goddamn running theme of this. I understand the unlikely tag team partner thing, and sometimes you just gotta limp to these shows and everything, but the TV is getting really bad. And WWE has done some great shit on Raw, even though Raw has been in the fucking dumps, there's been the occasional decent shows, and there's been some standout matches. There's even been some standout moments where you're like, okay, they could do more of this, and oh no, we're right back here. Where was Damian Priest? Where was Damian Priest? Where were other people that could have made this show a whole lot goddamn better? I mean, I just don't fucking get it. And the Usos, even though the Usos get beat constantly, though they aren't the champions, are basically the Midnight Express of 1990 when they were the U.S. Tag Team Champions. If you get it, you get it. But they're talented. Drew with his sizable sword, Big E with his juicy, perky nipples and everything. Again, lost my train of thought with that. That's star power-ish. WWE doesn't have a lot of stars, do they? So not Sheamus was talking to Woods and Kofi, saying, "Hey, what happens if you two face each other next week in the King of the Ring?" So there we go. So what will happen? Well, that we don't get that far. Xavier wants the crown. Ricochet can't cut promos. I really don't understand why in the world they allow him to do pre-tapes. It's like he's a spectacular athlete, but he can't cut promos. Maybe he actually has some brains on him, but I don't know, given who he was dating at the time, and given his association with some people like Chase and Rance, he's probably not the best person at making decisions. Just watch him do flip-de-doo-dah shit. Don't expect him to be a Rhodes Scholar. No, I'm not talking about Sandow and Cody. Xavier against Ricochet, King of the Ring quarterfinal. His sole motivation for entering the sports entertainment industry. Roy Shire spinning in his goddamn grave. Vince McMahon should be brought up on crimes against wrestling and crimes against humanity for coming up with that sports entertainment. Vince, you're fucking wrestling. No matter how hard you try to not be wrestling, they're wrestlers in wrestling tights in a wrestling ring with wrestling fans. I mean, or maybe at this point they're just WWE fans. And I mean, look, I'm a fan of every bit of wrestling I can possibly be. Except if it's Mox versus Gage, that match. And yes, somebody furnished me with a link to watch that full match. And I'm just going to say this. It's a good thing I didn't order that goddamn thing. But if you liked it, that's totally fine. How was this match? There was a big superplex, and we go to the break. Good pace. Crowd was into it. We get 2 dives. Ricochet gets sent into the barricade after the third. Big elbow, 1, 2, 3. Xavier is 1 step closer to the edge, and he's about to break, and that's just his hair. Riddle is bothering Orton. Says he's going to face Almost tonight. He refers to Jack and the Beanstalk. And says, we're going to get matching snakeskin Speedos. And then here's Ali and Mansoor to, I guess, a reaction. I think a lot of the crowd reactions were piped in just because of how small the crowd was, and some of it sounded artificial. So anyway, Sheldon and Cedric took on Ali and Mansoor, and Cedric pinned Ali in about 3 minutes. Ali is done with Mansoor, and we find that out later. And then we get Dana versus Shayna, mainly on the Plana. Queen's Crown quarterfinal match. Dana gets it hard in the face for 3. Usually, when I want to see a dirty blonde get it in the face from another woman or otherwise, I usually have to go to a different kind of website. Always delete your search history, by the way. And Shayna was like trying to attack her, and Dana's like, "No, that's unfair." Okay, but Shayna's, I believe, as the kids would say, is the Yas Queen of Spades. I'm ashamed, absolutely ashamed that I said that. But I'm just going to roll with it because I sound so goddamn white. But the whole point is Dana is upset at Shayna. Shayna's a heel. That's what she's supposed to do. So, and then backstage, one of the monsters from I Am Legend talked about the main event. Wait, I'm sorry. That was Charlotte. I don't know who's doing Charlotte's makeup and who's doing her outfits, but the lighting and everything, it's not looking good. She looks like she doesn't want to be there. It's not good at all for TV presentation. She doesn't really look like a star. She looks like she wants to be somewhere else. Just let her go to AEW. I mean, at this point, hell, could she do any worse than Andrade in AEW? Like, honestly, could she? I don't really think the WWE needs her. She doesn't seem like she wants to be there. I don't know. It is what it is. Here's Riddle, and he's giving us the bird, and it's funny. He cares more about those birds in the graphics, and apparently he cares about his kids. Hey, Lisa Riddle, don't worry. He could have ended up being like Benoit as a dad. Moving on from that. I've been doing a lot of thinking, he says almost, and I forgot what I was thinking about. That's Matt Riddle in a nutshell. Let me just say right now that Matt Riddle is actually a terrific wrestler. He is. He's great in the ring. He's an annoying fucking douche, and regardless of allegations are true or false, he's an annoying douche and an idiot and everything, and he comes across like a goddamn doofus, and I don't fucking care for him. I don't fucking care for him one bit. That being said, when he's in the ring, he can do some great shit. Styles and channels Dario... I almost said Argento or Sargento Quinto. It's like, ring the bell! Lucha Underground, by the way, in case you didn't get it, almost mauls him because he just beats the shit out of him and everything. And then he says, show me that karate. And he hits a roundhouse kick and then hits the choke bomb. Wait, let's do an instant replay thing. This was taking forever. They were padding the fuck out of this show. Choke bomb, 1, 2, 3. And then Orton's music hits. And then he hits a RKO on Styles. Where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from? RKO. So, Drew and Big E are talking and saying, we got to figure this out. And they do the Mega Powers handshake thing. And man, you'd think Hogan would be upset that somebody like Big E, people like Big E, were doing the Mega Powers handshake because, Hogan never actually apologized for what he said, just that he got caught. So, how is Lashley 45 is what I wrote down. And Goldberg and Lashley recaps. Lashley, he tried to make this work. Talked about how Goldberg said he would kill him. I'll kill you. You're going to have to. Yeah, a Caucasian man said that he was going to kill an African-American man in a foreign country. News at 11. You can't kill the Almighty. I mean, okay. I'll kill you. You're going to have to. I don't care about this match. I don't care about it. I don't. They're trying. At least Goldberg isn't in a title picture. God damn. If Lashley doesn't beat him in 3 minutes, and yes, did I just hear myself say 3 minutes? I did. That's pointless. And then Sasha was talking about taking shots. Ironic. And then Jeff had mistimed promo, or mistimed pyro, rather. And mistimed promos because Jeff really can't talk. And, well, they did a Chucky tie-in. Where is Rick Steiner when you need him? Man, WCW really did overtake WWE. It just took a number of years. Fucking ridiculous. I mean, I get it. The new Chucky series, which I'm not going to watch. Though Jennifer Tilly, I would, and you would too. So Austin Theory took on Jeff Hardy. Hey, they had 24/7 stuff jump in for some reason, and Theory beat Hardy with the most devastating maneuver in all professional wrestling. Surprise roll up 1, 2, 3. And then Bianca is backstage saying she will top 2 women at once tonight and at Crown Jewel. Given Saudi Arabia's views on women, that might actually be a little bit weird. And then Not Sheamus was trying to needle Kofi and Xavier again. And then Kofi with Xavier took on Jinder and Co. Jinder won. Who did Kofi piss off? If they give Jinder the King of the Ring crown, it will be the worst King of the Ring winner. Worse than Mabel. Worse than anybody. It'll be worse than Art Donovan's commentary. Remember Art Donovan? Remember him at King of the Ring 1994? How much does this guy weigh, Monsoon? It'll be worse than that. It'll be the worst goddamn thing. It will be... Mabel now would be a better King of the Ring winner, and Mabel has been dead for about 7.5 years. Jinder winning the King of the Ring tournament, just scrapped the whole damn thing. It was a mistake to bring it back. It was a mistake to have a women's tournament. Holy fucking shit. This is where I pretty much checked out the goddamn show and just said, fuck this, because WWE is like, oh, we can't have Xavier versus Kofi. Technically, you could. You could have it. It would have actually been interesting. Oh, we have to have Jinder, and you could. Sammy was a fine heel. Sammy is King of the Ring and be fine. Jinder, they tried with Jinder for a number of years. Did it work? No, it didn't fucking work. If you thought it worked, fine. But I didn't. The worst WWE champion of all time. Bar fucking none. So, Becky then says that the man will come around and she will come around somebody and she will come around 3 women at once. I will watch. So, all the women make their entrances. So Becky, Charlotte, Bianca, and Sasha just... Can they get along? They can't. They start fighting and beating each other up, and then officials and Jamie Noble comes out. No, and Jamie Noble's not to be confused with Cameron Grimes, because Jamie Noble, even though he shot high, Cameron Grimes was able to take it to the moon. And I think Sean Devari was there. I'm not sure who else, but Pierce and Sonya are like, no, you're going to have this match. But can they get along? Fuck whoever put this together. Vince McMahon needs to be brought up on crimes against professional wrestling. God damn jackwagon. Becky and Charlotte versus Sasha and Bianca. But can they get along? You know, you close your eyes during this match, it takes on a whole different meaning of wrestling. We get a double DQ. No contest. Did they restart the match? No, they didn't. No. Why the fuck would they? Who fucking put this show together? Vince McMahon deserves to be slapped. Bruce Pritchard deserves to be freaking kicked down a flight of stairs. And Kevin Dunn and Johnny Ace deserve to be thrown in the volcano. In fact, just fuck it. Throw them all in the goddamn volcano. Have a goddamn chimpanzee run the goddamn company. Hell, Nick Khan is basically, has the brain equivalency of a chimpanzee trying to run wrestling. Because he doesn't understand professional wrestling. Goddamn idiot. So, by the way, one of the Usos is on the phone, seemingly trying to call an Uber, an Ooser, if you will. It's on the Oos phone. Piper's career is done in WWE. Absolutely done. Nuked. Just 3 Mile Island, friggin' destroyed. Chernobyl, whatever you want to call it. The theme is the worst fucking theme WWE's done this year. Worst theme. Absolutely terrible. If she's happy with it, fine. This fucking character's stupid. This goddamn whole, dancing thing around is stupid. You could have her be serious, but no, you can't ever be serious. She takes on Natty. This match barely lasted at all. Piper won. The combined time run for all these matches, the women's matches, 8 minutes 12 seconds. 8 minutes 12 seconds for 4 matches. The entrances were longer than the goddamn matches put together. That's just a fucking atrocity. I don't expect you don't need to give them 10 minutes. At least give them 7 to 8. If you're not going to give them that, why even fucking have the tournament? Vince, just say you hate wrestling fans. You fucking hate wrestling fans. Anyway. Oh, by the way, roll up. Devastating maneuver. Roll up. 1, 2, 3. All right. So, Morrison was looking, or was, locking in his chi. And Rhea and Nikki didn't understand. Rhea doesn't understand what's going on. Nikki, ash! Animus the superhero. They don't understand what's going on. By the way, I saw what Miz did for Dancing with the Stars. I want whoever came up with that to be charged with capital crimes. I thought the Aladdin live-action movie was worse. Oh, man. Ali calls Mansoor a fanboy. Just yells at him, says, you're a loser, you're worthless, you're nothing, or whatever. You're not a WWE superstar, you're just plain old Mansoor. And he wipes the face paint off of him, and then he becomes the renegade, and, oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's just a reference I always go to whenever people get talked down to for no reason. Then he beats the shit out of him. Okay, they broke up in there. Vince McMahon, just don't have tag team championships. Don't have them. Don't have them on Raw, SmackDown. Just don't have them. They broke up all the women's tag teams, or pretty much all of them. They broke up most of the men's tag teams. Just don't have them. Just admit that you hate tag team wrestling. I mean, I understand that not everybody can have a deep tag team division, but there's been some good tag team matches, even if they've had the same teams facing each other. Usos and Rey and Dominic are going to continue to have matches long after you and I and they are dead. They're going to be wrestling in the afterlife. But the whole point is tag team wrestling can be done well. Vince McMahon doesn't fucking care about that. Look at the 80s to early 90s tag division. Seriously, fucking great. Really great shit. Anyway, Ali and Mansoor are no more. To have a match at Crown Jewel. That match isn't going to get over. Except Mansoor win. And Team Big ED. And man, I tell you right now, Big ED happens with guys my age. Not that I would know anything about it. Shut up. Stop accusing me. I said shut up. With Jimmy UI and Jay. Jimmy UI sounds like a computer program. But can they get along? They can't. And we get a count out. And then we get a Claymore to Big E. Fuck it. This show, terrible. Terrible show. Could have been decent. Terrible. Roy Shire spanning over in his goddamn grave. Tony Bennett left his heart in San Francisco. My God, this show sucked. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.